And I guess I'm here because I chair the People in Partnership group for the National Council for Palliative Care, and I'm a local North West champion for Dying Matters, and it all sounds very grand, but actually that's all consequential on one thing, which is that my son died, Neil died, just less than 4 years ago now. I honestly believe he received the best medical care he possibly could have done, and the outcome was never in doubt from the first diagnosis. But the communication left us, myself, my wife Dorothy, my daughter Sam, and a lot of other people, with serious problems, a lot of guilt and a lot of anger. And the rest of the story is about people creating opportunities. Macmillan invited people to write about their experiences of caring for somebody else during their last years. And I felt the need to unload that, and so I wrote. And Macmillan looked at it and thought it was worth something and passed on to the National Council for Palliative Care, who also thought it was useful and invited Dorothy and I down to London to meet them. And I remember after that first meeting, one of their deputy chairs tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Tony, would you like to do some media work?" Now I have to explain that I've never got over the habit of saying yes first and what does it involve second. So I said, yeah, of course, what does it involve? And that's led me to writing articles, radio work, helping to write chapters in books and all sorts of things. And it's involved me in getting involved in all sorts of projects and areas, but they're all really springing from people who've said, would you like to, and given me opportunities. So People in Partnership, it's one of the main committees of the National Council for Palliative Care, which is itself a charity committed to improving end-of-life care in the country. Ours is the only one that is solely involved with users. We have all sorts of people. We have medical professionals, we have academics, we have people like me who have no such background, but the only two qualifications are you have to have had personal experience of end-of-life care and you have to be passionate about trying to make it better. We have a brief. We are required to influence national end-of-life care policy and practice. That's a fairly comprehensive one, but I hope we do that. And one of the projects we're involved in at the moment is designing a strategy to make people parliamentary champions. We want ordinary people to be able to influence Parliament through their own local MPs, and we want to empower them and make them feel that they're able to have a voice, because that voice goes right through from what they're doing locally, many of them involved in hospice care, volunteering in hospitals or whatever, right through to hearing their voice expressed through the parliamentary system. We're required to raise the profile and facilitate the growth of involving people with personal experience in end-of-life care. That's another thing we take very seriously, and along with what we actually do as a committee, I think one of the really important things for us is that it forms a basis, a home base, a safe haven, if you like, and a structure within which most of us go out and do other things. And I guess that's another secret of the way we work, which I'll come into a moment, because our third job is to scrutinise, steer and support NCPC's user involvement. We actually look at what NCPC does, and we constantly put the overlay on it of how does this impact on users? How does it work for users? How are they going to view? How are we giving them access to a voice in the organisation? The parliamentary stuff that we're doing, we've also produced a training package for care workers in care homes and nursing homes, again based not on what medical people say they should do, but on what we feel from our own experience goes wrong and what goes right, and how it feels to be either a patient in a nursing home or a care home, or a relative watching that care, feeling perhaps you should be involved in it, but knowing that you can't, or maybe wanting the ability to work with medical professionals. And that, I think, is a big area too, because we're able to say sometimes it's good for us to be involved in end-of-life care. If it's just being told it's okay to moisten somebody's lips, it's okay to go in and hold their hand, or whatever it might be, because we're trying to work out ways of forming partnerships with professionals which help everybody.